Yo, what's good, my people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Josian and this is Kingdom Sense. Today we're going to be taking a look at a few fragrances that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, honestly. These fragrances are clones. They are made by Maison Alhambra, and these are clones from a very expensive niche brand called Memo Paris. And I got 3 of them here for you, so I want to give you my thoughts, what I think of them, and how close they are to the original. So let's look into this. The first fragrance that we're going to be starting off with is going to be Dublin Leather. And Dublin Leather is a clone. As you can see by the bottle, they are not playing games. It's the same exact bottle. It is a clone of Irish Leather. Now, this fragrance, to be honest with you, these fragrances, when I first got them, they were very, what's the word? Niche. But in the most skanky way. Like, they were very strong, they were very oody, they were very fecal, and I wasn't really digging like that. So I tried them, I made a video on it, and I didn't really, I wasn't really feeling it like that. I'm not 100% sure, but like it was pretty good. But then I let it sit for months. It was like about 3 months, and then I picked it up not too long ago. I picked these up not too long ago, and wow, that's incredible how much they changed. They mellowed out, they're much more wearable, and they smell really good in my opinion. So like I said, the first fragrance is gonna be Dublin Leather, which is a clone of Irish Leather by Memo Paris, and the fragrance is so close. It is not a one-to-one carbon copy for sure, and the quality is not as high as Memo Paris's, obviously. But what do you get? You get a nice bottle. You have, honestly, all this is all metal. Everything here is metal. Even the cap is metal. So you get a nice presentation, and also you get a pretty good atomizer. Not the best, but definitely not the worst. I've had way worse. But what do you get from this one? This one is a very earthy green fragrance. This has a lot of green. This has like sage and has all these green herbs, and it smells like springtime. This smells like springtime. Like, this smells like a field of grass and just nature. It smells extremely natural. Now, this one isn't oody per se. Now it was pretty strong when I first got it, but now it's such a great fragrance. It honestly reminds me of a fragrance by Argos, but I forgot what the fragrance is called. Is it Danae? I'm not sure if it's Danae, but it has a similar vibe when it comes to the type of fragrance it is. It is a very natural green smelling fragrance. This is not sweet. This is very natural. This is very herbal and earthy. So if you are looking for a fragrance, you're a very outdoorsy person, you like to go out camping, you like to go out hiking, and you just like to be outside, you want to have that smell of just like this nature and grass and trees and wood and all that stuff. This is what the fragrance to me smells like. It's very natural, and it is a very good clone of Irish Leather in my opinion. So that's gonna be the first fragrance that we're gonna talk about. That is so good. Now, the second fragrance that we're gonna be talking about is going to be this fragrance was my least favorite. Honestly, this was my least favorite. I was like, I will never wear this. And then the other day I pulled it out, I put it on my hand, and I could not stop smelling it. It smells so interesting. It smells so good. But the fragrance that we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Roman Leather. Roman Leather. Now, Roman Leather is a clone of Italian Leather by Memo Paris. Obviously, you could tell by the bottle. And this one is is very different than the last one, even though the bottles look all like a lot like the same. But this one is a sweeter take. This is a sweeter, earthy. It's a little powdery. It's definitely has oud in it. It has some of that like oud. You know what I mean? It's not just for easygoing type. No, this is a fragrance that you want to put on, and you need to wear this fragrance, because if not, this fragrance will definitely wear you. This fragrance is a sweet, woody, earthy type fragrance. It's also natural smelling, this fragrance, but it has a little bit of sweetness to it. It's kind of like a vanilla or like a honey type fragrance. It's not like a bubblegum sweetness. It's more of a natural type sweetness, and it just smells so good. It lasts a long time. I started working, and that day I did like a 10-hour shift or 12-hour shift, and by the end of the shift I could still smell it in my hand. So this one is a really good performer. So that is going to be Roman Leather, aka Italian Leather, by Maison Alhambra. Great fragrance. I think that is very close to Italian Leather. It is not a one-to-one copy, and the quality, obviously, you know, you're getting what you pay for, honestly. Well, this one you're getting more than what you pay for. I would say this is a good like $80 to $100 fragrance, easy. The quality of this fragrance is no slouch at all. But if you want to compare it to Memo Paris, which are selling bottles for over $200, you know, you will get the difference. But in the air, you don't get much difference, honestly. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, oh, which one is closer? Which one is closer? Yes, you can do that. And if you want to, if that self-satisfaction is what you're looking for, okay. But if all you want is to have the vibe, if you want to go around your little bubble and smell like the original, this is going to get you there. So that is going to be Roman Leather. And the last fragrance is definitely the best one out of all three, in my opinion. This one is so unique and it smells so good. And the fragrance we're going to be looking at is going to be Afro Leather. Afro Leather, or African Leather, by Memo Paris. This fragrance, again, it's a close iteration to the original, but it is not a one-to-one. It's not as, it has the quality of ingredients is not as high as African Leather, but in the air, honestly, you could barely tell. You cannot tell. A normal person like me and you cannot tell. Any normal person that is not a frag head, that doesn't know about notes or anything like that, which is the majority of the people, will not tell the difference between this one and the original. This one gives you that niche, very unique, exotic vibe. It is strong. This one is so strong. It's so strong. It's projecting. It stays for a while. In the beginning, it is a little bit more animalic. It's a little bit stronger and harder to pull off. But once it sits on your skin and it stays, it becomes this very lovely scent. You don't want to put too much of this, because this will make some people pass out, honestly. This is very, very strong stuff. So make sure that you adjust your sprays. This will be perfect in the cold weather, wintertime. This is incredible. It smells so unique. It's like this very, very natural, dark, earthy fragrance that has such a nice animalic leather, but it's animalic, but it's not over the top. I'm not a big fan of very, very animalic or very divisive fragrances. And yes, this is pretty divisive, but is very wearable. And I think that this is a great iteration of African Leather. If you're looking for it, all these fragrances, you could get it for like $19, $20, which is a fraction of what the original costs. And you're gonna get that same vibe. You're gonna get that same feeling. And when you put any of these on, you're gonna dress it up and you're gonna feel amazing. But those are my thoughts on the 3 fragrances that I have for you guys to get today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave a like on the video because it helps me out so much. And leave a comment down below. Let me know which one of these will you think you would like to try. Leave it down in the comments. Let's have a conversation. God bless you all. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.